I had not had this feeling in a long, long time. But I turned to Harry and I said, I think I want to fight that guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he immediately goes, don't.
Welcome back to Oops the Podcast.
All right, lots to unpack here.
I got something for you.
Please. Julio, I don't know where you came up with that idea.
Dude, this guy was a huge turkey.
What is this, Japan? Which is
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I hadn't told you about it.
No, and I also just assumed you were saving it for the pod if you were going to tell me,
Yeah.
which of course you were.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Hi, everybody. It's Oops the Podcast, joined today as ever by my intrepid co-host. That's Giulio Gallerati.
What is up?
And our special guest, Harry Lil Sasquatch.
Yes. How's it going?
How are you?
Good. How are
What's
you?
up?
Good. Good to see you, pal.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
You're at rather an extreme angle for me, so
I know. Yeah, it's fine. You don't have
eye
to look
contact is going to be hard.
At me. No, you don't have to look at me. I'll be good.
I like looking at the people I'm speaking to.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, Harry is. Do you like me calling you Harry?
Yeah, I don't care.
Are you doing like when rappers start acting, they start including their real name situation? Harry,
No.
quote, Lil Sasquatch.
I haven't really thought about it much. I would like to go by my real name eventually, but
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, it's so strange when someone's like, "Yeah, Dwayne Johnson was in that movie."
Yeah.
The
I know,
Rock?
I know, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Okay. Who else? Curtis Jackson.
Yeah, like any rapper, dude. Like, unless like their name is actually
Aubrey?
their name. What?
Aubrey?
Yeah, Aubrey does it too.
Do people say Aubrey?
Bro, I think in the movie Amsterdam, he did Aubrey Drake,
Yeah.
whatever his last name is.
Wow, stupid. Well, Harry's trying to disavow Lil Sass.
Really?
He is.
No, I'm not.
You don't want to be that guy anymore.
Well, no, it's not that. I just don't want to. It's like weird being brought up on stage. It's mostly in New York that it's a problem for me.
Is it like people you just think comics like hate you or something?
It's like that, and it's also like if you're just going to see a comedy show, and then all of a sudden this dude named Lil Sasquatch is coming up to stage, and everyone's like, "What?" And then I walk up, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Every single time, people are like, "We thought you were gonna be black for sure." I've had that said to me like 1,000 times.
Yeah. Nobody's ever said that to me.
Yeah.
Next up, Francis Ellis.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I thought you wouldn't be white.
Dude, that's funny. Dude, how has that been, man? Like, because you're one of these guys who, you had, I don't know the specifics of your timeline,
Yeah.
stand-up and shit, but like you were already popping, doing other sort of related things, it seemed to me, before you truly dove into doing stand-up.
Yeah.
What has that like been like as far as seeing what the scene is like and shit?
I think it was weird in the beginning. Like when I
Yeah.
first got past the stand, it was definitely weird. I don't think anyone liked me. But then I kind of just kept doing it, and I think people came around.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of jealousy.
Totally.
That's a lot of that. That's all that is.
Damn, for sure.
Well, I've got a funny story right off the bat for you, Julio,
Oh,
about
please.
me and Hairball over here,
Okay.
as I like to call him.
What'd you guys do?
Yeah.
So Hairball and I play a lot of pool.
Mm-hmm.
We like to play pool. And Harry loves it and thought he was good until he and I started playing and realized just how much of a gulf there was.
No, I mean you're the only person that I can't beat consistently that I know.
Yeah, but I beat you easily.
Yeah. I've beaten you, but I've beaten you recently many times.
When we usually play about 7 or 8 games, and he'll win 2 and I'll win 6.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm.
Sometimes I'll win. If we play more.
In the beginning, it was like I would win 1, and it would be because you scratched the 8 ball, and then you win like 15.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Either way, it's not hard for me to kill him.
Yeah.
And
Well, I lost to Francis the other day too, and like we had bet money on it, and he was like, "Listen, man, like I want to apologize." He's like, "I'm really good." And
No,
I'm just like, dude,
whoa.
okay.
Whoa.
I'm like, dude, you're good, but you're not like that good that I required that.
I
Like,
didn't-
I just want to see Francis get waxed in pool, dude. That
I
would
know
make me
exactly
I beat
how
the
good
fuck
I
out of
am.
him when we went to that Korean bar.
yeah.
The
What?
first like 2 games, I smoked you.
Yeah, but then
And then you
that's
came
right.
back.
You did
Yeah,
play
I
well.
smoked him.
We went to we were like, we should try a new place because the place we typically go to is kind of expensive because it's really nice.
Which the place that
The
I
one
went
we
with
went
you?
to.
Yeah.
Super expensive.
But
Ridiculous.
we tried
No
going
way.
to this other place that had a good review on Google and stuff. and it was in Koreatown. And you go into a building that has an elevator that you have to take up, and the elevator, there's nothing's marked. There's no lobby. So it's a building that houses, 20 different businesses on each floor.
And they're like commercial businesses?
Yeah. And
Japan,
I'm
dude.
telling you, 13 of
You know, it felt like we were in Japan.
13 of the 20 floors were karaoke places.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah,
It was insane.
And then ours was a pool hall that also had karaoke.
Hilarious.
And the music was terrible. It was so weird, and the tables were shitty.
So the karaoke was exposed? Like you were hearing people sing karaoke while you played pool?
No. I don't know where the karaoke
We got there
was.
we got there pretty early. It was like 6 o'clock or some shit.
We didn't like it.
So the karaoke people had to come out of the.
Yeah, we fancy ourselves men deserving of proper pool tables.
Yeah.
The pool table itself wasn't that bad. It was more like the environment.
Yeah.
It was like this like weird. It was like called like space bar or some shit, and like everything was like LED lights.
Right.
And it was weird.
Space
a
bar.
place where the pool itself comes second to
Yeah,
whatever they're trying to do.
yeah.
You don't like that.
Also, there was this dude in the elevator that was being a little bitch.
Little bitch ass.
We were like, I was trying to make like friendly talk. I was like, yeah. I was like, have you guys been here? Have you been here before? And he was like, yeah. And we were like, and then we were like, yeah, we play at this other bar a lot, but we're trying to find somewhere that's like a little cheaper. And he was like, and I was like, I kind of like would rather just play like $1 games at a bar. And he's like, these are not $1 games.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I was like, yeah, dude, no shit. I'm like, I'm not talking about this place. I'm talking about a bar.
And also,
that's really annoying.
If that's his home pool bar, it sucked.
Yeah,
Right.
He didn't deserve to be condescending because that place sucked.
It sounds like he just wanted to smoke, dude.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what you said.
Well, a lot of those, this is basically where it's going, the story. But a lot of those pool guys are dicks.
Yeah.
They're all like ex-cons who like.
They're like hustlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Well, so we did that place, and then we realized we should get back. You know what? We deserve.
Back to your roots.
I guess we're just gonna. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
And we don't. We like to play enough that we don't want to sacrifice on the quality of our pool tables. So we went back to our old stomping grounds, Society Billiards, and we were there last Friday, and we were playing, and we were, the tables are close enough together that you have to sometimes be mindful of the table next to you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never an issue.
It's never been an issue.
Ever.
Right.
And
People take turns. They wait for you to be done.
Yeah. It's just like any other pool place.
Right.
yeah. And I was waiting for Harry to finish a turn, and I was between our table and the table to the other side, to the left of us. And a guy who had a ponytail,
Ex-con, for sure.
Yeah.
Did
you have a glove?
a sort of a wispy ponytail. His hair was thinning. It was gray. It was very wet hair.
Was he white?
No, grayish.
No, was he
Was
white?
he
Oh,
white?
yes.
No, he was gray.
Yeah, he's a gray man. And he was wearing jeans that were ill-fitting, sort of slumpy, dumpy jeans.
Dude, honestly, it reminded me of what I will look like in the next 30 years.
Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Do you remember the guy that they hired to sort of kill all the guys in jail?
No, I don't remember that.
Do you remember the Todd?
Yes.
Todd's crew?
Okay.
The leader of Todd's crew.
So he looks like kind of dried out desert felon
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah,
100%.
that's good.
Yeah.
Desert felon vibes.
Yeah.
Keeps spiders as pets. This guy, so he shooed me out of the
Okay,
alley.
yeah.
Exactly like that.
Exactly like
Perfect.
that.
Looks
Except with a
ex-
ponytail. 'Cause
exactly
I can't
like
see if that
that.
guy has a ponytail or not.
He may.
I think he does. He shooed me like this out of the alley between the tables. He goes, move, like that, and I go, what? And he goes, it's common courtesy. I take my turn, you take your turn. He was like, I'm taking my turn. You're in the way, and I go, well, this is common. I said immediately, I said, but you're just as much in my space as I'm in your space because I'm at the side of my table.
Francis will never take this L on the chin ever, bro. In this
No, I was happy he did it.
It's great.
So yeah,
I was happy because
Good for you, bro.
I instantly was not. I didn't. There was never a moment where I was like, "Oh, sorry," and then stewed over it. I was
Right.
instantly aware that
It
I
was your
thought
time.
he was wrong, and I wasn't gonna back down.
Mhm.
And I said, "But you're in my space just as much as I'm in your space. Like, what do you mean?" And he goes, "Well, I take my turn, you take your turn." And I was like, "Okay." And then I walked out of the way, and I got so angry. I got so angry, and it part of it was I then watched him, and he wasn't as good as he thought he was.
Interesting.
But Harry said he was good.
Okay, well, this also prior 30 minutes before that happened to Francis, the exact same thing happened to me.
Which I didn't know.
With the same dude?
Same dude.
Okay.
And he came up and he grabbed me like by like the waist
my
and was
God.
like, "You got to move out of the way, so you can't be in the middle." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And it was very
Jesus.
weird, like the way he did it. And then I also was furious, but I didn't say anything to Francis about it. And I was just like, my blood was boiling for like 30 minutes. And I was just staring at this dude, watching him play for like 30 minutes straight. And then when it happened to Francis, because I was waiting for him to say something again.
Yeah.
And I kept on being like afraid to take my shot when I had to go in the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this guy's going to tell me I can't take this shot. And then the same thing happened to Francis.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that to me is just the difference of 12 years. The fact that Harry didn't say anything back to him, right? That is what we've talked about, which is you grow up thinking when an older person, an adult or whatever, says some shit to you and scolds you that you're supposed to respect your elders or whatever.
Is
And
that like what it was for you? Or
Oh,
were you
no.
were you just like shook by the situation?
I'm just not a
He
very
grabbed you by the hips?
confrontational person. I was just like, I think I definitely wasn't like, oh, I'm sorry. I kind of just like ignored him
You're
and
like, "Oh,
moved.
whatever."
No, but I think that in 12 years, because when I was your age, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to play the age card or whatever, but when I was your age, I wouldn't have said anything either.
Yeah.
But the reason that I did say something immediately
Yeah.
was because I just didn't have any respect for this person. And I'm at a point now where I feel like I'm an adult and all adults are equal unless he's a true like octogenarian
Yeah.
who needs help up the stairs
Yeah.
Right.
and is like mad at me for standing in the way and making his life harder.
Yeah.
So we're playing and I tell Harry this thing and he goes, that same thing happened to me. And then we play a little more and then this happened, dude. I had not had this feeling in a long, long time. But I turned to Harry and I said, I think I want to fight that guy.
Oh my God.
And he immediately goes, don't. Don't. What did you say?
I was like, this is not worth it at all. It's also like you're coming fresh off the Fox News stuff, and I was like, if you think that's bad, wait until fucking Francis Ellis
Continues to unravel.
caves in 90-year-old man's face at a pool bar hours after the Fox News stuff comes
He
out.
wasn't 90. He was probably like 45.
He probably wasn't that old, but he was like this like old, like frail man.
He was
Smoking a bunch of
tall.
cigs.
He could have known his shit. That's
Yeah.
why you don't do it. He might do Brazilian jiu-jitsu on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
side.
He might have a gun and shit too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
A guy like
He had that vibe that he was probably carrying.
They
a
were
gun.
playing. They weren't
Multiple?
even playing
Yeah.
8-ball. They were playing a different game of pool.
But what is the one where it's like the diamond?
Oh, like what's that called?
It requires you to bring your own fucking tracer thing, some sort of
So
stencil.
you play with 9 balls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were playing that, and
They
you know
sucked.
they weren't good enough.
To be
They
being
weren't
assholes.
good enough to warrant the respect they thought they deserved, and the tone with which they spoke to us.
What time of the day was this?
I'm telling you, it was
It was pretty early in the day.
6:05.
Oh no, it
5:30,
was
6?
it was probably actually I
No,
forgot
it
this
was
was
Friday.
Friday.
It was 6
like
o'clock.
4.
No, we didn't leave that early. It was like 5:30 because I was texting my wife and she was like, "Are you coming home?"
Oh yeah.
Were
yeah,
these
yeah.
guys drunk? You think?
No, They were drinking like Bud Heavies though. They were just guys who think they're really good at pool and probably come a lot. And I'm telling you, I promise you, Julio, that if I had watched them and they had been super good, I would have backed down.
Yeah.
I would have backed down.
I feel you on
I would
that.
have been like, I'm wrong. He knows his shit.
I feel you.
He comes here all the time. We're wrong, and we need to know better. But I was like, I think we could beat them. And then I said to Harry, why don't we play them in doubles for $10,000?
Yeah.
And Harry was like, no. And dude, I'm telling you, I was seething.
Well, I think it would have been weird because at this point it was like 30 minutes again had passed. It would have been weird for us to be like, we want to play you, man. Like we're still thinking about it.
Right.
He'd be like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
'Cause there's no way he thought about it at all after 10 seconds.
I don't know.
Yeah,
he saw us. He saw us.
He
looking
was
at
looking
him.
at us.
He was looking at us, and he saw us looking
He's
at
like,
him.
I just picture him.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like a scene out of some fucking movie where you're like, dude, I want to fight this guy. Harry's like, bro, take it out on him on the table.
Yeah.
Francis just starts sinking fucking. Dude.
The problem was, I do not know if I thought maybe I was better than him, but it is possible that he was better than me.
They were like doing the whole thing where you like wind up for a shot for like 45 seconds and then just miss it.
Yeah. They were missing shots that I make, but also they were playing a different game, and yeah, exactly right. But I just started having these violent ideations of I would have
villain
said
fantasy.
I would have said, why don't we go sort this out outside?
Yeah.
And I would have gone up, and
You have to
I
walk
just
up like the 4 flights of stairs.
yeah, he'd be tired. I've taken 7 boxing classes.
I mean, you clearly have. Was he tall?
Yeah, he was pretty tall.
Okay, so you maybe had some reach.
Yeah, but I probably had 50 pounds on him.
At least.
But who knows?
He was
probably
like
knows how to fight. Too,
He was
this
like
guy.
my size, but like 6 inches taller.
Got it.
He was a
got
pretty
it.
thin guy.
Wiry.
Wiry
And
guy.
dude, guys like that who talk shit like that typically know how to fight. Like a guy like that has gotten into fights before,
Maybe.
Oh, 100%.
which is neutralizing, but you're still probably just too physically strong. and athletic.
I wanted to teach him a lesson.
Do you kick? Would you kick when you fought him?
I think so now.
You might.
I think I would now. I think my thought now is that I would take someone like that to the ground, because I'm just then you can use your weight, and I know how to roll around a little bit.
Sass, have you ever gotten into a fist fight?
No. And I don't think I would ever be using my feet either.
I said it, but I turned to him, and it occurred to me that I had not had the thought, I actually want to fight somebody in at least 10 years.
Yeah.
And I thought that part of me was dead. And then that happened, and it just sprang up as a seed of anger and irrationality, where if he had said, let's fight or something, I would have been like, okay.
Sometimes you got to fight, dude.
I guess so.
You got to fight sometimes.
But in New York, when it's still light out on the street?
No, that wasn't worth it. You shouldn't have fought that guy. But like, there is a scenario where you got to fight, dude. You know, you got to like defend your girl, or you got to fucking, you know.
But Harry, fortunately, was the voice of reason and said, because he clearly knew that that's what I was thinking. Because I said, I think I want to fight that guy. And he immediately went, don't. Don't. That was all you said. You just went, don't.
Yeah.
But it was something fun to experience together.
Yeah, that's good.
Bonded us.
Bonding moments.
Yeah, the guy sucked though. It was annoying. It was really annoying. I was pissed.
Yeah.
But I stopped being as pissed. Because anytime something like that happens to me, I'm like, it's because I'm young. And I'm like, this guy's treating me like a fucking little dumbass. But then it happened to you too, and I was like, no, he's just a dick.
Oh yeah, that must have made you feel a little better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That would have made me feel better too. I give that energy. Like, people feel like they can say whatever they want to me.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's fine, but other times it's like, dude, fucking serious. But dude, if you enough times go by where like you think of some good shit later to say, like,
Oh, that's what was going on with me.
Yeah, you
for 30
eventually will
minutes.
think of it in the moment, dude.
Yeah.
Like if once it happens enough, like I have found that I've become better and better at fucking laying it on him in the moment.
Your brain is like one of those CIA database searches in a movie where it's just flicking through thousands and thousands of ideas, and and just all you're doing is coming up with better versions of how you could have scorned him with the fewest words possible. But if you said it half an hour later, you'd be a crazy person.
Yeah. It would have been crazy.
Yeah.
It would have been so funny though if we went up like 30 minutes later, like still fired up.
We've decided.
You're a fucking dick. You're a fucking asshole, dude.
We've decided we'd like to play you for $10,000. Would you like to play for $10,000?
I wonder what would have happened if you had said that to him. What would he have done? What would he have said?
Yeah, he
I'm
probably would
so
have said
curious.
yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
He seemed like a guy who is playing high stakes pool games.
I also
for
think
money.
he was watching us and feeling more validated about his condescension because he certainly probably watched us and thought he was better at pool than we were.
Yeah, and I think it also has to do with the fact that like a lot of people at those pool halls, they're not really like having fun. You know,
right?
They kind of show up, they don't speak to the person they're playing against, and they just dial in for 4 hours.
They wear a glove.
Yeah,
they think they're practicing.
The glove.
They're not. Yeah.
So people see me and Francis pull up, and they're like, "Those guys suck," because we're like having conversations.
Right.
Yeah, and watching the Argentina soccer game, and
it was a great game,
drinking
too.
beers.
It was. Messi fucking buried that goal. Dude.
Yeah.
Are you talking about yesterday?
The PKs from the quarterfinal.
Ah, got it.
I don't remember who they played.
Netherlands.
That's right.
Dude, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough out there. But it's not fair to decide how one should be experiencing pool when it's done in a group setting like that.
Oh, yeah.
There's no rules on the wall, you know? No talking, no watching soccer.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I'm so fond of pool. I don't know why.
You've really been on a kick.
Really enjoy playing it. Harry and I play all the time.
Harry, how long have you been into pool for?
Not long.
It's a new thing?
Yeah, probably since like the summer, the spring, maybe.
Solid.
Or I guess, probably since the spring.
Dude, I wear my mugsies probably 3 days a week.
Yeah, I wear mine all the time too, and I'm currently wearing one of the sweatshirts. I noticed that Big Cat wears one of the sweatshirts that I always wear.
Oh.
And sometimes I think about that. I'm like, I feel like he gets to choose first.
Yeah. And even if he chose second, everyone else would think you had chosen second.
Correct.
Because it's Big Cat.
Big Cat. But anyway, I love these sweatshirts. I love the pants. They fit well for any body type. We really love them, dude.
Yeah. The jeans, I'm going to get some more pairs because mine are starting to smell bad.
What?
Because I wear them 3 days a week and I don't wash them.
Oh, you got to wash them.
I don't wash them.
Wash them.
I was once taught not to wash your jeans.
I think you're just not supposed to wash them often. You can wash them.
Okay.
Throw them in there, pal.
Oh, I love my mugsies.
Right now, head to Mugsy.com and grab the gift of insanely comfortable style for everyone in your life this year. They're doing everything they can to make things easy for dudes who want to look great and feel even better. Staples that every guy needs in his closet.
Staples.
Jeans, flannels, jackets, you name it. They make it look incredible and feel even softer than I thought was possible. Seriously.
Yeah.
Use code OOPS for 10% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. That's Mugsy.com. Code OOPS.
This is why. So Harry and I sometimes go on the road together, and we went to St. Louis together. And this is why I like going on the road with Harry, because speaking of, quick plug, Harry and I are co-headlining Cobb's in San Francisco the end of April.
That's sick.
The tickets for that are not going to go on sale until February, I think, like 2 months before. But if you're out in San Fran and you're listening to this, we'd love to have you at our shows.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Sick.
Anyway, we went to St. Louis and, had great shows, great time, drinking in the green room. And then after the shows, I think every night we went to this crummy, greasy dive bar that had one pool table and just played pool for hours.
Nobody else.
That's actually where it
waiting for
all
it?
stems from, because I wiped Francis's ass with the table.
I'm not so sure that that's what happened.
We only played one game the first night.
Oh.
And I smoked you. But we were playing with strangers.
We were playing with partners.
And
yeah,
we destroyed them.
Okay.
And then the next morning I woke up at like 8 a.m. with a text from Francis like, let's go play some pool.
Yeah, he wanted more.
He needed revenge.
We went and then
then we played for like 7 hours.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Right. So yeah, we just wanted to. His idea of a great time after a show is not to go mix it up with a ton of people. It's to just be in a nice place and play some pool with some friends and fans around.
I'd like to dive into that a bit. Into that. So that's your preferred sort of post-show scenario?
Yeah, dude. I was actually talking about this with someone yesterday. When I first started going out on the road, it would be like every night we'd be like, all right, we got to go hang out with fans and like go to bars and like get fucked up with them. And then when I went to Phoenix, I had like the worst hangover of my entire life, like paralyzed in bed.
And you had shows that night?
And I almost had to cancel the shows because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this, dude.
It's terrible.
And then we went. I bring this guy that works here, Connor Mook, on the road with me, and we went to like a bar like 30 minutes before the shows that night, and I had like one beer, and then I had to just go into the bathroom and just shit my brains out for like and he just sat there by himself at a table, and then I came back out and I was like, dude, I feel like shit, and then I had to go back into the bathroom, and I was like, dude, like I might not be able to perform. And then I switched over to vodka tonics. It was like hair of the dog was the only option.
Yeah. And I find that the hair of the dog isn't even always that.
No, dude, that's why. Yeah,
Like
it was because it was like 110 degrees. I didn't drink any water, and I had like 14 Coors Lights.
That is the worst hangover that I ever remember having.
Dude,
too.
I was in shambles. I woke up and I was like, this is not real life right now.
Double-digit beers in adulthood in the wrong circumstances is the worst hangover one
In
can
just
have.
blazing heat.
Yeah, dude. I went to see 3 6 Mafia and like had a day like that in
Yeah.
college. And I woke up and there was like piss on the bed, and I like looked at my girlfriend. I was like, "What the fuck? Did you piss the bed?" She was like, "Look at the bed," and it was just piss around me. I was so hungover. It was terrible, dude.
Dude, I had to like I just had to sit in the bathtub for like 5 hours with the lights off.
That's dark.
Ooh, that is dark.
And then since then, I've been like, yeah, we're not going to do that ever again. So now we just go and we'll play pool, or just go to like the hotel bar and have like a drink and then go to bed.
So I'm only
Nice.
asking because like I know when people come up to me and ask me about Barstool, like a lot of the times if it's like young girls or something, they always ask about you. They're like, "Oh my god, he's so hot," or like,
nice.
"My sister, like he's her like number one on her like whatever the list when you can fuck other people when you're in a relationship." Yeah, he's my number one hall pass. So like, it seems to me like if you wanted to, you could, have some fun nights on the road in
You
that
could pipe.
capacity.
No, I don't want to have fun nights on the road.
Does it stress you out? Like what about
Well,
it?
it's just it's too much. Like for the amount that I go on the road, it's too much to be going out and like partying my ass off every weekend.
Mhm.
So it's like there's no reason for me to be blacking out in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Totally.
No.
Just take that time and relax.
So okay, so you are you thinking about that? Like, are you going on dates in the city with non-fans? Like, what is up with your personal life in that capacity? If you're comfortable about talking about
Yeah,
it.
as a 21-year-old.
Young man.
Dude, I just grind. I'm just a grinder.
What does that mean? Like
Just
dancing?
Gotta hit the mics.
Oh, I thought you meant you like to go to
Are
places.
you going to a
and
lot of
be like,
mics?
No, never. Dude, I don't do anything. People always ask me. You guys are like the 6th person this month to ask me this question. I go home. I either do stand up, or I go to a bar and drink, or I play video games for like 10 hours. That's every single
He
day.
plays
for me.
video
You guys
games
say you're a real one, dude.
until 4 or 5 in the morning.
I've been there.
From like 6 p.m. Like tonight, I already talked to my boys. Like that's what we're doing tonight. Like we're getting beers and we're playing video games the entire night.
What are the video games you play?
Warzone. But
What's
we've
that?
always been playing
I've never played
Call
it,
of
but I've
Duty
heard of it.
Warzone.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
That's
it's
the
like a
new
battle
one?
royale.
It's supposed to be sick.
and you play
Yeah.
online?
Yeah.
Wow.
You got
Okay.
the headsets and shit.
Yeah.
It's fun, and also they got the proximity chat now, which is like a big thing. It's like a game changer. They used to have that in like the really
like you
old.
talk to the guy who's near you? That's fucking nuts.
So you'll be like in the game, and all of a sudden they're like you won't even know there's a guy near you, but all of a sudden you can hear him talking.
and you're like, dude, should we ride on these fools?
Yeah, and you got to get in their
You
ear.
go through that door.
Yeah, you got to get in their ear and be like, "Fuck
Sick.
you, dude! I'm
That's
gonna
sick.
fuck your shit up."
Wow.
It's fun as
You
fuck.
know, it is such a strange and surreal foil to work with him,
What do you mean?
because I just have to remind myself that he's 21 years old, and I say that with respect, You are at the same level that I am at. You've achieved the same level of success 12 years earlier than I did.
No.
And I admire that. I mean, it's remarkable.
Right, but to that point, what is the reminder then? Because
The reminder is that he hasn't had college. He hasn't had...
did you not go to college at all?
I went for like a year, half a year.
Okay.
The reminder is,
So no.
that when I say like, well, how can you be in life the way that we are and staying up till 5 a.m. playing video games and whatever else.
Oh, it's not like enjoyable.
And I
Like,
will.
I'm mostly in misery constantly.
Get in the
Yes,
jet
but it's
stream,
something
yeah.
that you are absolutely entitled to and should be doing when you're 21 years old. Whereas the idea of me doing that now in my life, my wife would leave me.
Yeah, but you got different
That's
responsibilities.
specific.
fall
That's specific
apart.
to you, bro. Like that's specific to you.
You wouldn't do well playing video games till 5.
I'm a bit of a wild card, dude.
Yeah.
I sometimes will be playing Breath of the Wild till
every
5.
night.
Not every night,
But
like,
I don't play every night.
Right. I'm
Yeah,
just
you
saying.
do.
No. Not right now. 'cause
lot of
my
nights.
buddies are all doing finals.
Yeah, see,
But also, it's like I compare it to like if I go out on a weekday and I drink too much, and then it's like you wake up and you feel like shit, and you're like, this is terrible. That was a dumb idea. And then you play video games until late, and you're like, well, I didn't drink, so it's like I'm tired, but like who cares?
yeah.
Right.
And then the other thing is we go to a bar. I order a Negroni and he orders a Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not. It takes years, and I hope you're not taking this as like patronizing,
I'm not.
because all of this stems from a fact that you have equaled me, if not surpassed.
No.
When I was 21 years old, I didn't even know that I wanted to do this yet.
Bro, you're talking about him as if he's you in the past or something. Like as if like when he's 30, whatever, he's not going to be necessarily like exactly you.
No, I know.
That's what it sounds like. What it's sounding like though.
But when he's 33, I presume he's not going to want to be up till 5 a.m. playing video games.
Probably not.
We'll see, dude.
Maybe not.
I
don't
believe
know.
you may still
But also
wanna
the
do
video
that.
games thing is it's like a whole thing because I haven't been able to play.
You have not been able to?
I haven't been able to play for months.
What?
Because it's a whole thing with
The
my
mice and
apartment.
shit?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. My apartment's really small,
Okay.
and there's only room for the PlayStation or the air conditioning.
Let me give you
So
another
the
example.
air conditioning came out.
You're going to this will get you on my side.
Okay.
Harry does not own a credit card.
That's true.
He pays everything with a debit card.
Oh, that's funny.
And goes to a bar and opens a tab. He's like, I got these beers. And then he gives them his debit card and has to punch in a fucking PIN code.
Dude, let's play a game of pool. Winner gets to give him the Amex referral code.
I have tried. I was like, dude, just let me set you up with a credit card. Let me explain it and all of this, because you're leaving money on the table.
I know. I'm gonna get one when I go home for
This
Christmas.
is valuable, yeah.
And he goes, my parents are going to help me with
You
that.
knew how to win me over, dude.
I know.
I love this shit.
He doesn't. He pays for everything with cash,
Yeah.
which effectively means that you're losing money at like 5 to 7% a year right now, given the rate of inflation.
Dude, I'm not like I don't spend a lot of money though. That's the thing.
It doesn't matter.
It's like I'll spend like $60.
Yeah.
I love it's so random.
I don't know. It just, these are the reminders. These are from time to time when I'm with you, I'm like, oh, this is my peer, this is my colleague, this is my friend, this is my co-headliner. This is, the two of us are tackling the road together, whatever. I can break, you and I can podcast, we can make a sketch together, all these things. Like, this is my comedic, just like you.
Yeah.
Like someone
Cohort.
I can trust to keep up and has learned the ropes. And then something will happen where I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, I am old, and you are going to be so far past me when you are my age.
Dude,
There's
I think
so
you're thinking too deep into
I
it.
agreed. It's too. You don't know how to compare, bro. You know, you guys are different cats, both true to yourselves and in you know.
He's like
real
Pete
ways.
Davidson, though.
No.
I would agree.
He's like Pete Davidson.
No, not
to
at
be
all.
that accomplished. And
Wasn't
that
Pete
polished.
Davidson on SNL when he was 19?
Yes, but like I'll say one thing that you guys have in common is like even when he was younger than that, like he was just comfortable in his own skin, hanging out with men, which you
Yeah,
also
I guess that
have.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's
It's
also
a-
like
it's a
all
big
of my
asset
friends
for
are
comedians.
10 years older than me.
Exactly. So
Right.
he's always sort of been like age neutral in that way.
But that's
And he-
also only because of KB and Nick. Like, I would not have been as comfortable going into, like, the stand and hanging out with people that are 10 years older than me if I didn't know KB and Nick before.
Right.
Because I had already known KB and Nick for a long time. and
What? But they're not that much older than. How much older are you?
they're both, like, 10 years older than me. They're, like, at least 9.
Are they 30?
Nick's 30, KB's 29.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Question: would you be interested if somebody was like, "Can you set me up with like a funny, cool person?" Would you be interested in being set up with some,
No,
with
not
some
at all.
babes?
No.
Not at all.
Not even a little bit.
See, there you go.
Tunnel vision.
That's
Not
21-year-old
interested.
fucking weird. I
Drown
don't like
out the
chicks
noise.
yet. Behavior.
Girls are gross.
That's summer camp shit. Me and my boys forever etched into the side of the treehouse. That's what that is. What are you doing?
Dude.
You need to be you need to be out there fucking laying wood.
No, I don't. Bro, I'm good. You don't need to worry about
The
me.
problem is you're gonna find it at some point, and then you're gonna get gluttonous,
No, dude.
and you're gonna be out there flying around. You need to ease your way in.
Dude, you're acting as if all of every single part of my personal life has been explained to you.
You're right. He is
True.
protective of his personal life, and that's why I don't want to dig too deep on this. But I
Well, dude.
I experienced things in my 20s that I would want for him as well.
But bro, he gets to decide what he wants.
I know, but we can also
This is outrageous.
we
What's
can
happening?
also
Are people gonna want to listen to this?
I think
It's
they
like
will.
my fucking parents.
I know, dude.
yelling
It
at
literally
me.
is, I'm your mom and he's your dad, dude.
Francis is like, you need to be having more sex.
You're not listening, sweetie.
You're not fucking
yeah,
nearly
but
enough.
he's like trying to get you in a relationship. It's like, would you want me? I know somebody. I know someone sweet.
Well, hold on. So this is perfect. So you have a great perspective, you know, unclouded by, you know, women being all up in your shit. So maybe you could help some of our listeners with some dating advice.
Okay.
Some same-sex dating advice for
Okay.
some of our listeners.
Yeah, you're gonna.
You
get
guys do
into
that? You
this.
guys do like Q&A type thing?
Yeah,
So-
I'll
sometimes
answer emails. Yeah.
We
That's
just
nice.
thought that, yeah, this is good because,
We've been
you
thinking
know,
about doing
being the wise
that's our
man you
thing.
are,
We started that.
I think this
We
is good.
started receiving emails. You can't copy us on that.
Okay, 1 second. There's a good one. Okay. Hey guys, I got a big question. I met this good-looking woman, and she's interested in me.
This is a woman.
This
by
is a
the way.
woman, yeah. Therefore, I did my due diligence and reviewed her social media account. Here's the problem. I can't help but notice the complete mess in the background of all of her photos. Specifically, laundry thrown everywhere, messy bed, random items clutter all over her room. It's not just one photo, it's every photo. Apparently, this is how she lives. On the other hand, I'm a neat freak. My bed is almost every morning I make it, and every item has been stored away. Is it fair to say that I feel like it's a waste of time to even hang out? I could never live in a mess or spend a good amount of time in one either. Thoughts?
I'm a very messy person. Like, my room's a mess, but it's also small, so it's
Mhm.
hard to keep it clean. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't care. But I think it's easier for someone who's messy to go and be like, hang out with someone who's clean and be like, this is cool.
This is what I mean.
This is good.
I mean, like, what?
He just doesn't know. It's all right.
I don't know. Like, what? Sure, hang out with them. Probably not. I mean, if it's that big of a deal, right? If you're fucking looking in the back of their Instagram pictures, it's like, check yourself in somewhere. That's outrageous. What is this pile of laundry in the back?
Yeah, dude, no, that's
Like,
fair.
yeah, bring that up on the first date.
Yeah.
Like, so I was looking at your Instagram and I noticed laundry everywhere.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna do something about that, right?
Yeah.
I assume you folded that and put that away.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying she maybe shouldn't go out with her if she's
If
so
it's that big of a
suspicious?
deal to her, then yeah. If that's like something that you're thinking about right in the beginning, then definitely don't.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's my take too.
I like
I
that.
think that if you're going into a relationship with the idea that you're going to have to change someone fundamentally,
Yeah.
then it's probably not going to work because, everyone sort of, to me, deserves the benefit of the doubt that you're starting with a raw person. You will probably imprint on each other, but that's not going to be necessary from the outset in order for it to work. You hope for the best, but
Right. You
people
don't want
are
to change
human.
someone right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Okay, very helpful. One more here. This
I want to keep doing this. You guys have a lot?
Yeah,
we
get
have,
a
we
lot
have
of
a few,
these.
yeah. We'll get you back in for sure. All right, guys, here's my small dilemma. I'm a 25-year-old gay girly, and I recently met someone who truly checks all the boxes. We met 6 months ago while on vacation in
Pun
Mexico
intended.
and really hit it off. She was vacationing with her family, and they all love me. We're in a long-distance relationship now. We live in different states in the U.S., but it isn't technically, quote, official yet. Here's the only issue. She's 19. She's a sophomore in college, and I'm already into my career. But she really has her shit together. She's studying to be an architect, knows what she wants out of life. Should I be worried about the age gap at all? There's a PS. She also keeps reassuring me that she only wants to be with me and doesn't feel the need to, quote, fuck around, since she is young and in college. I kept telling her that it's cool if she wants to enjoy college, have those experiences first before we get serious, but she vetoes the idea every time. She says she knows, she just wants to be with me.
Yeah, it sounds like that's going to go up in flames for sure. I don't really think I think if kind of going off of like your whole thing, like looking at like, I mean, it's weird because I'm in such a different spot than all of my friends. So like I have a job and a
Right.
career, and like my friends are still like, they're graduating in 6 months and they're like, I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't think you can trust a sophomore in college to be like, I know what I'm going to do with my life. It's like people change their major 8 times between sophomore and junior year.
Agreed.
like-
yeah. Agreed, dude. Very much. And yeah, it's really like a 19-year-old saying, I know what I want. I know that this is what I want.
Yeah.
That is going to change.
Yeah, and also it's different like if you're a 19-year-old and you are not in college and you already have a job and you're like, this is what I want to do. But like being in college and being like, I know what I want to do is pretty out there.
Totally.
I thought I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be I guess I did do what doesn't work.
Yeah.
I've taken this L in the past in college from people who knew what they wanted. You can't possibly know what you want.
You're just
just
wrong.
too young.
It's just
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Wait, it's raw or wrong?
Wrong.
Right.
Anyone who says I know what I want, I've decided on my life, or even I've decided on the next 5 years of my life, it's just wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's fine to believe that and to have conviction and pursue dreams with passion and focus, but I think when it comes to relationships, it is such a myopic point of view that you've met the one at 19.
Yeah.
Because I think she may be the one for her. You know what I mean? But they're gonna have to
A lot of, yeah.
they're gonna have to meet a bunch of other shitty people
Yeah.
in order to realize, oh, that person was the one.
Right. Learn about yourself.
Yeah, I would also say like I wouldn't say like don't talk to like I'd definitely give it a try, but I definitely wouldn't go into it being that confident that like this 19-year-old knows what they want in life and
Yeah.
this is going to stay the same forever.
I have good advice for this. I dated a girl who was in college when I was graduated from college.
Yeah.
And it was very difficult to do. And I just like was a huge bitch basically the entire time. Like, because these are some of the mistakes I made. Don't visit her in college.
Yeah.
Don't be the graduated person showing up being like, you guys need me to buy you beer?
Yeah.
Like, it's such a bad look, dude. Trying to relate, like you should only be hanging out with her on your turf or neutral turf. Do not go visit her at school.
Yeah.
And I would press back pretty hard about not being in like a for real serious relationship, despite what she's saying. I know it sounds good she's saying that shit, but like better. So like use that as best as you can. You might not be able to fight it. If you're smitten, go have fun, but like just be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the it sounds like the woman who wrote the email actually has pretty decent perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
Agreed.
And she's saying, I feel bad. I think it would also help to know the actual age gap.
Did she say?
I don't
No,
think
I
she
think
said.
she has a career.
25 and 19.
Oh, 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not as dramatic as I might have thought.
But it's still
that
mountain.
the younger woman, it's so possible she's going to wake up on a whim and say, I don't like her anymore, or I found someone new at school that I'm really interested in, and
I don't want to be an architect anymore.
yeah, like all this, there's just
Exactly.
so unpredictable. So I think it's good for the older woman to have that perspective and be a little guarded with her emotions, and try it out, whatever. But
Cool.
just be a little cautious.
Yeah, definitely give it a try, but also then like 2 more years of college is a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of fucking
It's a lot of college.
mistakes to be made.
yeah, a lot of boxes to check.
All right, Harry, we
out.
got to get you out of here
All right.
because we know you have another show to do. What do you got coming up
When does this come out?
next week? So the week of
Next Tuesday? Oh, I'm going to be in Plano, Texas in January, and I'm going to be in Boston in early February.
Sick.
Nice.
And that is all
Where
Where
do
can we get
those?
tickets?
on my social media pages.
Cool.
Check out Little Sasquatch
Yes.
on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff.
All right.
Appreciate you,
Thank
brother.
you guys for having me. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for
You're
coming
the
through,
man.
man.
You guys still recording? You guys keep going?
Probably for a couple.
Did you feel like I was
No, not at all.
talking down to you?
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
I did not intend for that.
I don't care
if,
at all.
if anything, I meant all that I said as a reflection of my own lack of progress. You are
Dude, you're
a
so down on
a
yourself, and it's
startling
Yeah,
reality
crazy.
call.
You're doing very well.
I'm doing well,
Thank you.
but
Yes.
I'm not doing 21 years old doing this well.
yeah, dude,
well.
but also it has a lifespan. Who knows what I'm going to be doing in 2 years?
That's all right. There we
Working at
go.
fucking
Little
Starbucks.
pessimism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what you needed.
there you go.
It may not work out for him.
Yeah,
Get down on yourself.
yeah. That's what you needed to get. That's
Hey.
what you needed to boost yourself.
We can always fight people.
There's
at
still a
pool
chance he'll
halls.
fail.
Yeah. Good.
All right.
Good
Thank you
shit,
guys
dude.
for having me.
You're
Appreciate
there.
it.
See you, bud.
Thanks for coming through. Okay, we'll do one more email here.
I'm really quick. I'm surprised that I'm glad that you had such a different perspective, but I don't know exactly what I was going for,
with what
and I
with him?
kind of want you to tell me what I did wrong.
with talking to him.
Yeah.
Nothing. You just like the way it was sounding, which is why I clarified. Was it just sounded like there is a path from 21 to 33, and it is exactly the same for everyone.
Interesting.
It's just how it sounded. You know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah.
I'm ordering a Negroni. I know you didn't mean it like this, but like, and I also like, Hillary also gives me a hard time about this about myself. So I might be too extreme in the other direction. Like the fact that she'll come home and I'm just like watching music videos with Peter on the couch. She'll be like, 2 best buds. You know what I mean? And he's like a fucking little shit. I love him, but like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I should be thinking about it more the way that you are. I don't know.
So I'm being too stodgy and
No, I just don't.
old manish?
No, you're not. I just don't always notice age that much.
I only notice it with him, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
because we are so close in what we do professionally.
Right.
Meaning we do the same exact. We both work at Barstool.
Got it.
We have very similar
Social
numbers
media.
of followers. We're the 2 stand-up guys at Barstool,
Right.
and we tour together.
Right.
And so for me, and we have like a podcast with another guy who it's very conversational. Like
Mm-hmm.
everything about Sass is to me close
I
in
see what
many
you're saying.
ways.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying, yeah. So
And so the age gap is just that much more in my face.
So is that, and he kind of said this at the end, which is funny, but is like, does it just like make you feel bad about yourself?
No, honestly, and this is something that I feel very fortunate about myself,
Mhm.
which is that I root for people. and I always have.
Yeah.
And I don't feel him like biting at my heels.
But you can root for someone and still feel bad about yourself because
You're right about that. But I only feel thrilled by his progress, and I don't feel that it's a mark against me because I know that he's kind of the exception. There are not many 21-year-olds, barring a few of those insane TikTokers.
It's like Pete. It's some of like the great, and I've like gassed him up a little bit on this, but like the guys who are like that competent, that young, typically end up having gigantic careers.
Yeah.
Almost all of them.
And for me, I think that my success has come when it was meant to come, and I feel more prepared for it, and I also feel more prepared for failure, which I've had to deal with. And
you also experienced success super young, though, relatively speaking, if you think about it,
Yes.
And you have taken you've had your crazy left, right turns throughout all of it, and are back on top.
I appreciate that. I think when I talk about that to Harry, there is a part of me that wants him to not lose his youth too.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what you mean, and I worry that I came off condescending. But when I say like your 20s, you can't miss out on these things, it's because I don't want him to just be a professional. He talks about all of his friends are still in school.
Mm-hmm.
They can't relate to the fact that he has a full-time job and he's paid well, and like he seems to know what the next 4 or 5 years of his life are going to look like. I want him in the summers to go down to the Jersey Shore. I want him to, date a lot of people, hook up with people. I want him to make mistakes. I don't know. I don't want him to be so married and defined by stand-up comedy or his work.
Is there like more to that? Like, is there more to that feeling than meets the eye? Out of curiosity, as I'm just wondering, like, why you would be so out of pure curiosity. Like, maybe just you're compassionate, you care about him. I don't know, but
I definitely think that I maybe consciously or subconsciously I feel like I can mentor him in certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't think that I'm better or anything.
It doesn't sound like that, but just
that there are things that there are times when he's like hit me up and he's be like, dude, I just got assigned to host a show. I have no idea how to host.
Right.
And I'll send him like 20 text messages being like, you have to do this. Most important thing is remembering the next comic's name. Like, you need to moderate all these things. And he has asked me for advice, and I'm honored to be advising him. But I also want to extend that to, don't whatever you do, make sure you have a life is the advice that I want. And he does, and he is happy, and you're right to check me on trying to assign him a path. But I
understand it's good natured and you're helping and being helpful. It's fun for discussion, and also just like, I'm curious. Like, if you were doing that when we were all hanging out, I would never have questioned your methods.
I'm glad you did.
It was a pod specific examination of our differences in style and just like finding out what's going on there. You know what I mean? Because I've been like, dude, having been friends with Pete for so long, I'm not saying this is what's happening to you, but having been friends with Pete for so long, I've seen it. I've seen his path. I've seen what it like does to people's brains who are around him. And I see the effect that like this younger person who has everything going over what you have going, and I've seen how like people react to it.
Interesting.
And it can be like a mind fuck to be around. You know what I mean? I'm not saying and there were certainly times where I was like, oh man, wow, like Pete's doing so well, like that's crazy. Like I wish I was doing that well. You know what I mean? And maybe it ended at that, but like you can't fully ignore that the feeling in general, like of what that is like.
Right.
You know?
No, I'm sort of reading my own emotions now as a result of the things you've said. And I'm glad to do the gut check and realize it's not one of jealousy. It's more like, I don't want to say concern, but just I care. I care about him. I care about Harry a lot, and I don't know. I don't want him to grow up too fast. I guess it's that simple. Does that make sense? And just be buried in work. I want him to go to fucking Montauk in the summers. Not that that's what he would do, but those summers that I did share houses and like sleeping on fucking deflated air mattresses, and tutoring and all the different jobs I had. He's obviously not going to go that route, but there were so many things that I did in my 20s, failed relationships, which informed the comedian that I am today. And widens your lens a little bit and offers a breadth of experience which I wouldn't trade for success at 21.
Got it.
A quicker route to it, I guess.
Okay, last thing I'm going to say about it. And again, I'm not saying you're thinking this, but is part of you like thinking that if you hadn't done all that stuff, that you would then be more successful? And then you're like, well, but I wouldn't have traded that for anything. And he shouldn't either. He should be required to go have fun, because otherwise it will mean that he could become way too successful, and that's not fair.
That's a good question. The first part, no, because I'm still aware. I'm still so shocked that this has worked out for me at all.
Yeah, you're doing very well.
I'm shocked that it worked out because it wasn't something that I was dreaming of my whole life, and I can't say that I've pursued it with a relentless commitment, such that my work ethic led obviously and inevitably to success.
Got it.
I feel very lucky. I feel lucky in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And so I'm still I'm very content and sort of feel like I still have that imposter syndrome myself, even at my age.
Right.
So that's my answer to that,
Cool,
I guess.
Cool. And never forget that you aren't as lucky as you think, because you made a lot of this happen yourself.
That's very kind. And
Right?
we are both grateful. I know you are
I am
too,
as
and it's
well.
something I have to pump up for you all the time. We say this to each other.
Yeah.
We do.
We do. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
Good
it's
for the
good.
boys.
It's good. What an interesting episode.
It's great.
I'm really glad we had him on.
Me too.
What a fascinating young man.
He's the man, dude.
And again, 21 years old.
I know.
I mean, dude, he opened for me at Gotham and had just had his birthday, and it was like the day before the show, and he was like, "These are the first legal beers I've ever bought in my life."
It's fire.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, that's crazy. Anyway,
What do you got coming up?
I have my tour coming up. Holy shit. Guys, tickets are going faster than I thought.
Sick.
Again, imposter syndrome, but very grateful for you all. Philly might be sold out by the time this episode airs. If it's not, go run to francisellis.com to buy tickets for any of the shows. I'm in Philly. Atlanta's about to sell out. Nashville, close. Then we're on to Minneapolis, Chicago, Austin, Dallas, and of course, San Francisco with Harry. But those tickets aren't going to go on sale until February. So much love to you all. That's me. G, where can we find you?
I got a bunch of stuff coming up too. Before May of next year, I have. All right, so in January I have St. Petersburg, Florida. I'll be back, Coastal Creative. Look forward to that. Then I'm at the DC Improv, and then I'm doing shows in Yonkers, Atlanta, and I forget the last place. But yeah, all on my website, notjulio.com. Look forward to seeing you. Oh, Rhode Island, Providence.
Oh,
Also
that place
info.
is great.
Yeah.
Facts with Ryan. Facts with Ryan. Another young man. It's Facts with Ryan.
We got a couple. Jack Welker is the character from Breaking Bad, and he did not have a ponytail.
Uncle Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
thought
slicked
he did
it back,
too,
though.
but-
He slicked it back.
Yeah, little Mandela effect.
Yeah.
9-ball pool has the diamond rack, and then a little math. There are 30% more Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
There you go.
There are 30% more what
Two
is it?
J's. Two J's.
Ju-
J it again.
Shit.
Let's try
Hit
again.
that J
Jiu-jit.
twice.
Here we go. There are 30% more Brazilian jiu-jitsu dojos in Manhattan than there are pool halls.
That's pretty
There's
interesting.
34 jiu-jitsu dojos in Manhattan and 24 pool halls.
Ryan, let's
Wow.
get you saying jujitsu completely clean.
No, he needs to say the whole thing.
Jiu-jitsu.
Because that's what's making it so hard. 30% more
Jiu-jitsu.
This is like a
jiu-jitsu
tongue twister.
dojos.
There are 30% more Brazilian jiu-jitsu dojos in
There you
Manhattan
go.
than there are pool halls
There you go.
in Manhattan.
There you
Brazilian
go.
jiu-jitsu dojos. That's tough. Brazilian jiu-jitsu
Jiu-jitsu.
dojos. That's a lot of
And,
J's and a
and-
lot of Z's.
Pete Davidson debuted when he was 20 years old on SNL.
Got it.
Wow.
Jiu-jitsu.
That's Oops the Podcast. Thank you guys so much. We will see you on Thursday.